Although grey has been on the modern wall for a few years now, it's physiologically neutral, meaning it will neither stimulate nor relax. However, the colour does have negative undertones, and when the world turns grey, we're conditioned to prepare for the worst. It has a dampening effect on our moods, and indeed, if it is truly a mix of black and white, the colours used with it. Grey is often associated with independence, also self-control, self-reliance and self-criticism. It's also related to isolation, and if used extensively, you can develop a sense of loneliness being surrounded by all that non-colour. So if you are prone to those feelings, it's wise to avoid it. The trick to getting it right is to twin it with very vibrant colours to lift it. Turquoise blue or yellow, for example, or a gentle pink to soften it and make it more feminine. Any grey has a sense of stern authority and practicality about it, and that twinned with a sense of corporate can make a room feel invisible, afraid to show itself. So why choose grey? The answer is the myriad of available shades that have different hues within them. A warm taupe, which is yellow based, while still considered a grey, can be warm and inviting, relaxing and calming. So if grey is your thing, then choose one with a personality. Don't choose one that's stone dead. Black. It's one of the colours that has two very distinct personalities that affect us. On one hand, it's sophisticated, glamorous and substantial. On the other, it's cold, menacing and claustrophobic. You have to be very sure of yourself to use black in large quantities in your home. It communicates absolute clarity, sophistication and excellence, a very strong message, but it also has an air of mystery, silence, infinite and danger. Because black absorbs all light, it's not the colour to use if you thrive in light, open, airy spaces, but not everyone does. If you're at your best in a serious and weighty environment, then it could well be the colour choice for you. Like most colours, it can be overwhelming, and because it's so light absorbent, it can be even depressing. So you might want to think about using it more cautiously, maybe on one wall, or a carefully selected piece of furniture or furnishings to add a little bit of mystery and magic to your room. White is the colour of clarity, purity, simplicity and sophistication, and can have an uplifting, almost heavenly effect on the people who live with it. Any room decorated in white gives a heightened impression of space and a feeling of openness and truth. These feelings can spill over into daily life outside the home and even develop into a sense of superiority. So if you're prone to be obsessive, it'll only fuel the fire and not be a place you'll relax in. Cold, frosty, sterile, unforgiving, do not touch. These are all the kind of feelings that you might get from white when it's used in excess. It's a little bit too glacial. But on the upside, if you use it well and in moderation, it can give a sense of purity and calm and help alleviate emotional shock and despair. White on white is the best approach when designing a room, layering up different shades to make it feel relaxed and easy, rather than a rigid, synthetic and uncomfortable scheme. Use natural hues for accessories, and remember that white will make any colour seem much more vibrant than it really is. Brown. Well, what can I say? It polarises us designers, but it always makes a comeback. It's soft and warm and less serious than the ever-present black. It's associated with the earth and all things good and natural. The effect of brown is generally a good one. Supportive, safe and warm, and whilst it's not the most dramatic colour you'll ever have in your home, brown-based creams and greys are reliable and will impart feelings of quiet stability and security. A heavy dose of brown is never a good thing, inside or out, so it should be used carefully, and different shades layered to give the impression of a more natural environment. The downside of brown is its association with depressing emotions and narrow-mindedness and also fear of change. So if that's something you need to be cautious of, it may not be the colour choice for you. And if you've ever been accused of not having a sense of humour, well, choosing brown isn't really going to help that either. Use the darker woods and conker shades as an accent in an otherwise paler room, and you'll have a steady, reliable scheme that'll come through in its effects on you. So now you know how the colours you choose affect you, you can make sure that your home works just that little bit harder to make it the place you've always wanted it to be.